Crimes and Spirits. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Nina.
And we're gonna do our episode tradition of talking about weekends or whatever the hell we want to talk about. So,
Yeah.
I don't know how your weekend was. I know you were working, right?
Yeah, I worked all weekend and I was driving home and I was super tired and I thought I saw a UFO.
No way. Why didn't you tell me this? It's Tuesday!
Yeah. Well, because I was like, I came home and I told my husband, I was like, I saw like 3 distinct dots and
What
like a
color?
triangle. They were red and it formed like a perfect triangle. And
What?
I've driven by that like area like for years, like I've never noticed anything like that before.
So, it's not like a cell phone tower. Or like a plane
Well,
tower.
the the thing is, the reason I didn't tell you is because there is a radio tower in that area, but like it has like one like red dot at the top. That's all I've ever noticed, and so like I was like, oh, it can't be that because I've only ever seen one dot. Well, yeah, I was driving the next night and I looked in the same area to try to debunk it because I was like, if not, I just saw a UFO. No, it was like this bottom part of the radio tower and it
Oh,
formed 3 dots.
my
I don't
God.
know. And I
And
just
you were
never
so
noticed it
tired. You were
before.
like, UFO.
Yeah.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
God. Keep
Yeah, so
driving.
I went home Saturday and I was like swearing. I told my mom, I told Drew, I was like, I saw a UFO. I know I did.
Oh,
I was
now I
super
know why you
confident.
didn't
And
tell
then the
me.
next
I'd
night,
clown your ass. That's
yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
funny as hell.
that was the most exciting thing that happened to me this weekend. And then, it got debunked. So,
I don't know. I mean, things happen like that sometimes. At least you debunked it. At least it wasn't a real UFO just hovering over fucking Virginia.
yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Also, it's in Meadowview, Virginia, and it was like right near the Love's truck stop. So I'm like, I feel like there's better places aliens would
Yeah,
want to
like
go
there's so
besides
many
the
like
Love's truck
fields
stop.
they could start crop circles in and shit. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Well, there is a lot of fields near there.
True that. I mean, but it is just you debunked it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not one that just believes like. I mean, I did believe that I saw one, but I always try to like debunk stuff. Like I'm not.
Yeah, you're gonna try to figure like you're gonna use logic to try to figure it out to see if it's something paranormal or spooky or if it's just
Yeah.
like real life fucking with you.
Mhm.
Like a
And it
radio
was real
tower.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not aliens.
I
So
mean, I had a very interesting weekend. Our cousin came down to visit from Virginia to bring my little brother's ass back home, and we ended up going to Chattanooga Saturday morning real early. Like, I think we were on the road at 8:30 or 9 in the morning, something like that.
oh dang,
Yeah, we spent
y'all never get out of bed
I
better.
know. We spent a couple hours in Chattanooga just thrifting, and we got some Starbucks, and then on the way back we stopped at Buc-ee's,
Oh
and
yeah, so I saw the pictures of y'all at Buc-ee's and I was so pissed, like so pissed off. I love their freaking sandwiches. I
yeah,
want one so bad.
they had them all out because we stopped pretty early. Like when we were coming back home, it was like 12:40, 1 o'clock, so it wasn't too busy yet. It was still busy,
Yeah,
but
it's always busy.
yeah. Speaking of that, though, I took a picture of Dakota and Ethan at Buc-ee's, and I didn't
Mhm.
realize this until my brother shared it on his own story. But he zoomed in, and there's a guy behind them just staring at Ethan's shirt, I think, because he's wearing like an all over print shirt of the doors, and the guy's just like staring.
Yeah, I didn't notice the guy,
Yeah.
but I noticed his shirt because we're actually going to be talking about the Doors frontman Jim Morrison
Mm-hmm.
in this episode. Um,
We are.
so that's a good segue into today's episode.
Yeah, it is.
So today we are going to be talking about the infamous 27 Club.
Dun dun dun.
The Yeah, the 27 Club is an exclusive club that no one wants to be a part of, and it has become a bit of a cultural phenomenon. I said that so dumb. I feel like that's a word.
Phenomenon, bitch.
Phenomenon.
Is that how I said it? I slowed it down for you, chopped and screwed.
Phenomenon.
Yeah, you got it.
Members of this club include Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, Janis Joplin, The Doors frontman Jim Morrison, and Jimi Hendrix.
Very, very popular people.
Yeah, among many, many more.
Oh, yeah, so many
Yeah,
more.
there are currently like over 50 members. Now, if you've never heard of the 27 Club, this is a club of celebrities who have all died tragically at the young age of 27.
Yeah, man, like, some of these are weird, and then some are just like, rock and roll, man.
Yeah, some of the deaths are, there's a lot of suicides, there's a lot of drug overdoses, but there's also like just really bad accidents and
Freak
yeah,
shit.
yeah. So
Freak shit.
it's interesting.
I love it. I mean, I don't love it because these people died,
No, but
but
it's a very interesting subject
it
though.
is.
Like it really is. I see why it's a cultural phenomenon.
Hey, you
Why
did
people are
it!
I did it. Um, why people are so fascinated with it. I get the intrigue.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be discussing some of the members and what makes this club so unusual and a little bit spooky.
I can't wait. Let's get into it. Let's do the damn thing.
Ooh, yeah, let's do the damn thing. All right. So, while I was doing research, I discovered a composer, a ragtime musician, and a poet all died at the age of 27 from 1892 to like 1915. Um, but it was the death of a blues singer named Robert Johnson in 1938 that was really odd, and oftentimes he is thought of as the founding member of the 27 Club.
Robert Johnson, founding member of the 27 Club. I want that on like a patch.
Yeah, that would be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
I'd
On
put
a
it on like,
t-shirt.
no, I want it on a patch so I can like sew it onto like a jean jacket or something. That'd be cool.
That would be cooler, yeah.
Or a t-shirt, whatever. I could print that. We could do that maybe.
Yeah, you could. Um, so Robert Johnson's story might sound a bit familiar.
Poppin'.
Your White Claw.
Poppin' another claw.
Poppin' the White Claw.
Poppin' another claw. You ain't no law with a white claw.
Alright, so the story of Robert Johnson will probably sound familiar.
Why?
So we'll get to it. And just tell me if it rings a bell, okay?
Alright.
So Robert Johnson, while growing up in Robbinsville, Mississippi, learned to play the harp and harmonica as well as the guitar. And later on in life, he ended up meeting some other artists famous in the Mississippi area for the Mississippi Delta Blues, these artists were huge influences for his music. And the Mississippi Delta Blues was like a 20th century American folk music centered in the Delta region of northwestern Mississippi, according to Britannica.com. These other artists that he met were pretty popular at that time, and he looked up to them. But supposedly, they weren't too impressed with his talent. So he ended up disappearing for about a year, and then when he returned to the area, those same artists were now really impressed with him and his
Why?
talent. So a lot changed in a year. Yeah.
What changed?
So,
please tell us what changed with the Robert Johnson.
okay. So, supposedly, during the year that Johnson spent away, he made a deal with the devil.
Oh, fuck. He sold his soul. Oh, did he go down to Georgia and play a fiddle?
Nope, that's not it.
Damn.
We're in Mississippi, not Georgia.
Yeah.
Not
It's
Georgia.
still the South, just wrong state. I should know this.
Right. Yeah. Still the South. But yeah. According to legend, he sold his soul to a demon at a crossroads in exchange for his incredible talent. But the legend also states he was only given 8 more years to live.
Well, that kind of gives me like Illuminati vibes.
Making a deal with the devil gives you Illuminati vibes? Why?
Yeah, like, hey, you can get famous for this amount of years, but then you're gonna fucking die.
I know,
Because they
I get
want to,
what you're
like,
saying.
drink the
Yeah.
blood or the chromosome and adrenazone and whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? That weird thing.
No.
Okay, whatever. Anyways.
Drinking the chromosome?
Uh, Ask Drew. It's like adrenazone. It's something in like toddlers that
Adrenazone?
deal
Have you ever heard of that?
the. It's something.
Adrenochrome, he said.
Yes, I think that's it. Ask him if that's what the Illuminati drinks.
Is that what the Illuminati drinks? He said, yeah,
Okay.
but I don't know if he's really paying attention.
I don't know what you're talking
Oh, no,
about.
he does. He knows what I'm talking about.
Okay,
I
tell
have
him
never
thank
heard
you.
this.
Like
Andrea said thank you. Yeah, that's what she just said. He said they extracted out of kids.
Yep.
What? We need to do an episode on this because I don't know that much about that.
There's like Pizzagate and everything.
Pizzagate.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh my god!
He just said he had to. What is this? I gotta do research on this.
We need to do an episode on this. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And there's tunnels in New York. Oh my god. You have no idea.
I really don't.
Okay. I'm getting so far off topic.
Yeah, okay, so let's get back to Robert Johnson. Okay. So,
Yes.
there's a similar story that actually predates Robert Johnson's story. Another musician named Tommy Johnson supposedly met a mysterious figure at a crossroads as well in like the same area, and he handed over his guitar and the figure tuned it for him, and he also became yeah. Well, it's kind of saying like the same thing, like, oh my goodness, you're taking this dirty.
No. I'm laughing at the fact that a fucking demon ghost is tuning a fucking guitar. On the side of the road, like, oh yeah, here's my guitar, and he's like, oh, I got you, I'll tune it for you. And you're
Well,
like,
probably...
you're taking this so dirty.
Well, I thought that's what you were saying. Well, I guess,
I don't understand how a demon would tune a guitar.
Well, because
he's
getting paid in souls.
Yeah, but like, I didn't think they did favors. I think they just like
Well,
were
it's
like,
not a
here
favor.
you go.
He probably also sold his soul. Like that's what I'm getting at. But
Yeah,
apparently,
is that why both our last names are the same?
no, I think it's just a common last name.
It's just like
But,
a coincidence.
Yeah, because this supposedly predates Robert Johnson. So this, I don't know what year this supposedly happened, but it happened before Robert Johnson.
I laughed so hard I cried.
I did too. I teared up. But anyways, Tommy also became a pretty famous musician in the same area and like the same type of music and stuff.
Pretty weird.
It is weird. But Tommy died when he was 60. But Robert, he died when he was 27. Getting back to the whole 27 club. So there was also a lot of speculation about Robert Johnson's death, and some said he died from complications from having syphilis. But the most popular story told about his death is that he was poisoned with a strychnine-laced bottle of whiskey by a lover's jealous boyfriend.
Ooh, I like that. I mean, I don't. I wouldn't want to drink that whiskey, but I like that it was whiskey. That's my drink of choice.
According to MotherJones.com, they interviewed a friend of Robert Johnson's named David Honeyboy Edwards, who was actually there that...
Wait.
Yeah.
Honeyboy?
Uh-huh. I don't know, that's what I said.
Is that like... If that's legit, his middle name, that's dope.
I don't know if it is, or if...
Like a nickname?
Yeah, because he was also like an artist, so maybe that's what he
that makes
went
sense.
by.
Okay.
Yeah. But he was there that fateful night in 1938, and he said, "This man had a good-looking woman and didn't want to lose her, and Robert was about to take her away. He said the man put a poison-laced pint of corn whiskey on the chair next to Robert as he played. Soon after, Robert began feeling sick, and Edwards took him to the home of a friend where he died a few days later.
According to the same website, Robert's mom described the moment of his death. She said, "When I went in where he was, he lay up in bed with his guitar crossed his breast. Soon he saw me, he said, 'Mama, you all I've been waiting for. Here,' he said, and he gave her his guitar. 'Take and hang this thing on the wall, 'cause I done pass all that by. That's what got me messed up, Mama. It's the devil's instrument, just like you said, and I don't want it no more.' And he died while she was hanging his guitar on the wall. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's so sad. But like like if that's what he said, like it's the devil's instrument.
Don't blame the guitar. Just like they say, what is it? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the instrument, hate the devil.
Yeah, that's the new saying.
I mean, anyway.
So another interesting twist in this story is that some of Robert Johnson's songs were entitled Crossroad Blues, Me and the Devil Blues, and Hellhound on My Trail, which is the most interesting to me because supposedly, like, when you make a deal, the hellhounds come to collect.
Ooh.
So now, fast forward from 1938 to July 3rd, 1969, when Rolling Stone...
1969.
69! You remember last
Just like
episode
last
you
episode.
got so hung up on?
Hey, you got stuck on that too. We both did.
Yeah, it was very funny.
That's why I had to say it.
Well, it's because we're so immature.
July 3rd, 1969.
Yes, that is when Rolling Stones founder and guitarist Brian Jones was found dead at his home in the bottom of his swimming pool. Now, his death was surrounded by rumors of foul play, but with his history...
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded... It did sound like there was some foul play.
He's in the bottom of a fucking pool. I mean, I guess someone could jump in there, but no way, dude. You have to kill them and then push them in for them to sink.
Yeah.
They're not gonna drown.
I know.
Unless they,
I thought that was weird because...
No.
At the bottom of his pool, like, don't bodies float when they die? I don't know.
I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. I don't...
But anyways, with his history of drug use and the coroner's official ruling of death by misadventure, it seems...
The fuck is that?
Death by misadventure. I was confused too, so I looked it up. And he died in the United Kingdom at his home in Sussex, I believe. So, in the United Kingdom, death by misadventure is the recorded manner of death for an accidental death caused by risk taken voluntarily.
Oh my god, if I die, I hope that's not the ruling of my fucking death.
Yeah. So, it seems to have just been a tragic accident. Like, he might have got a little messed up on something and fell into the pool and then didn't realize what was happening and drowned.
Oh, so like a drug overdose or something like that.
Yeah, but I guess other people don't seem to think that. So there's...
It's just weird.
It is weird.
Who knows? No one will know. But he died.
That he did at the age of 27. Now, his death kind of kicked off a string of deaths for the next 2 years of hugely popular musicians, including Jimi Hendrix, who died on September 18th, 1970, due to aspirating on his own vomit while intoxicated with barbiturates, which sounds horrible. I would hate to choke on my own vomit.
Most people don't know this, but I've had a history of overdoing it with the liquor, especially whiskey, and I've had a fear of that being, like, the way I die. Especially when I was younger.
Yeah. I mean, I freak out. I mean, I remember watching an episode of Breaking Bad, and, like, that's how... Spoiler alert for people who maybe haven't seen it, but...
I've never seen it, but I don't care. I probably will never watch it.
Well,
I mean, I've watched Better Call Saul for Corey, but
yeah,
that's about it.
Well, I won't say who, but one of the characters ends up like they're doing drugs, so like she always tries to sleep on her side, and she ends up
Yeah.
like on her back, because like if you're on your side, I guess it helps you.
Yeah, if you throw up, you're not going to drown in it.
Yeah, and so she was always very careful to not like be on her back because of that, and that ended up being the way that she died because she ended up on her back one night and choked on her own vomit. So, and ever since I saw that, I was like, oh, such a horrible way to die.
Yeah. All right. So next is my homegirl, Janis fucking Joplin. I fucking love her. Um,
Yeah,
she had a hard life, but she died less than a month later on October 4th, 1970, due to a heroin
yeah,
overdose.
it was really tragic that she was like alone in her hotel room.
Uh, it could have been where she was like clean and then got back into it because that seems to be what happens to a lot of people. And then they take too much and die because your body isn't used to that amount anymore.
Yeah, they overdo it. Yeah, after being clean. And the Doors frontman, Jim Morrison. Now this one's really interesting to me. So Jim Morrison actually died on the same day as Brian Jones. Like
Weird.
exactly 2 years later, July 3rd, 1971.
Yeah.
Like what are the odds? This is weird.
Yeah, but what also to me is weird is the way that they died.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost similar in a way.
Mm-hmm. Like Jim Morrison was found dead in a bathtub at his apartment in Paris, France, and Brian Jones was found in a swimming pool. Like
Yeah, that's so weird.
it
It's
is weird.
eerie.
It is eerie. So Jim's official cause of death was heart failure, but he was
What?
27. Yeah, I mean it could happen. Like young people die.
Well, if you've ever watched Jim Morrison videos like
Mm-hmm.
live, he was constantly fucked up. Like a lot of his live shows, he is gone. And I would have killed to see like a live show, but if you haven't, go watch them after we get done
Yeah,
because you'll understand. I mean I get it. All that drinking and all those drugs, it catches up to you
yeah,
eventually if you don't take care of
and
yourself.
I mean it could happen like a him just dying of natural causes or because of his prior drug use. But
I mean, it's just weird that they both died in water
yeah,
at the same time, 2 years apart.
well, it's actually believed by a lot of people that Jim really died in the bathroom of a Paris club from a massive heroin overdose and then his body was moved out of the club back to his apartment as a cover up to keep his dealers out of trouble.
What? So almost like Janice
Yeah,
with the
but I mean they
heroin
didn't like
overdose?
yeah, but they didn't like move her body and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, heroin
That's
overdose.
weird.
Yeah, that's what a lot
I
of people
mean,
believe. Um, and
I don't doubt that either.
it kind of makes sense. Um, and so Jim's girlfriend at the time, Pamela Curson. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm so bad with names. Pamela Curson apparently told French authorities that Jim was not using drugs at the time of his death, which I don't really believe because I mean, like you even
Yeah,
said,
what?
like he
You're a
always
rock
looks messed up.
star.
Yeah. Um.
If he wasn't using drug, he was definitely drunk as fuck. So,
Yeah. And because there was no foul play, or let's see, there was no evidence of foul play, I guess, at their apartment, and so no autopsy was ever performed, and his cause of
no
death was
way.
yeah, it was just ruled heart
That's
failure.
fucked up. I wish they would have done an autopsy.
Yeah, me too. But it gets even weirder though. So almost 3 years later, on April 25th, 1974, Pamela, his girlfriend, also died from a heroin dose. I get this, the age of 27.
Another heroin overdose at the age of 27. Don't tell me that this shit is just coincidence. There's no fucking
Mm-hmm.
way. No fucking way. We haven't even gotten to the others. Like, are you kidding me?
I mean, that's what everybody says. The 27 Club's just coincidence. It's not a thing. But like, listen to all this. It's
I fucking love it though.
yeah. We've just barely scratched the surface, and it's super weird. Okay, so I would say that her death was just an accident, but who knows? Because supposedly, she was talking about how Jim was in fact using drugs before his death, not too long before her death. So if this was a cover up, maybe someone wanted to just keep her quiet.
Well, sucks. Don't do heroin.
No, I would never do that. Especially now, like, everything's laced with fucking fentanyl.
Oh, everything.
Everything. Don't do drugs, kids. Just don't do it. Because,
Dare. Dare,
yeah,
baby. I want a dare shirt.
hugs, not drugs. Wasn't that like their thing?
Oh, I have a hoodie that says that. I really do. It's from
I
like ninth
remember.
grade. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
still have
remember.
it.
Okay, so because of all of these notable deaths that occurred around that same time, that's when people really started taking notice that, wow, a lot of famous, that's when people
Famous
really started taking notice.
musicians were
Yeah,
fucking
that,
dying. Yeah, like, hello, open your eyes. We've had a couple famous fucking people around the same age just drop dead. Weird.
mm-hmm.
But it was the 1994 death of Nirvana frontman, grunge rocker Kurt Cobain that the idea of the 27 Club really took root. That's how I knew about it, just saying.
Yeah, like I had heard about it, but for me it was another death, which I'll tell you when we get to it.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Um
But for
anyways,
me, it was Kurt Cobain, and I didn't know
yeah.
all these other people existed until this podcast. So that's
Well, you
props.
knew Janis Joplin and Jim Morrison,
Well,
and
yeah,
you know
but
some of the other ones that we'll get to.
that's not that's not what my brain goes to when I think the 27 Club. It automatically goes to Kurt, or
Yeah.
it used to, I should say.
Okay, so in April of 1994, Kurt Cobain was found dead in his Seattle, Washington home by an electrician who was installing a security system in the home.
That's pretty
His
sad.
It is. He apparently had been dead for like 3 days before he was found too.
No one cared to
Um,
check on him. Cool.
well,
I shouldn't
they were
say that.
trying.
I don't know the facts. So
Yeah, they were trying to find him. Like, actually, Courtney Love hired the private investigator, and then he had
yeah,
just
there's a whole
escaped.
documentary on that.
Yeah, he escaped from like a few days before, like towards the end of March, beginning of April. He escaped from a rehab place he was supposed to be at. Um, but yeah, that's why I want to do an episode on Kurt because there's
Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
we're gonna do it.
Yeah. All right. His official cause of death was ruled as suicide, but there are a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding his death. Some believing he was instead murdered.
Courtney Love.
Oh my
Dave
goodness.
Grohl.
Oh my goodness. Could be
Sorry,
both.
I had something in my throat. I'm sorry. I think it was the truth coming out or something.
Well, anyways, April's coming up, and we're actually thinking about doing an episode on Kurt Cobain. So
Stay tuned
yes.
if you want to know.
Yeah, because there's just way too many details to get into in this episode.
Yeah.
But after his death, Kurt Cobain's mom told reporters, "I told him not to join that stupid club," and many think that she was referring to the 27 Club. However, she could have also been referring to other members of Cobain's family who committed and attempted suicide, but it seems likely that she was kind of hinting at the 27 Club.
Yeah, but it is weird. I didn't know that until I did research and I was like, holy shit. He had like an uncle and someone else. A couple people in his family committed suicide. So if someone who really knows him could be like, hey, I know that a couple of his family members have tried this, so if we pin okay, never mind. We'll get into that
Yes.
in the Kurt
Stay
Cobain
tuned.
episode. Let's just
Okay.
keep going. Cliffhanger, bitch.
But regardless of whether she meant the 27 Club or Cobain's family, more and more people started to take notice of the phenomenon that is the 27 Club. Quite a bit more. So obviously there was a really popular grunge scene in the 90s, and especially in Seattle. The year before Kurt Cobain died, on July 7th, 1993, the frontwoman of a popular grunge band called The Gets, Mia Zapta, was raped and murdered after leaving her friend's apartment. She was also 27.
Oh.
Yeah. Her bandmates were devastated and they really wanted to find her murderer because there were like no suspects. So they hired a private investigator and they hosted a benefit concert to raise money for the investigation. And Nirvana actually performed, showing their support for Mia.
That's a weird full circle.
It is. It is. Like, she died the year before Kurt Cobain at 27, and they performed at a concert benefiting her investigation. And then, like, actually a little less than a year later, Kurt Cobain dies at 27. But her murder remained unsolved for 20 years before Seattle's police got a hit from DNA evidence, and a man named Jesus Mesquia was arrested and sentenced to 36 years in prison.
Holy shit. It took
Yeah.
20 years to find DNA? Come on.
Well, I mean, they had DNA, but I guess, like,
The
from
technology.
the technology, and then also the database. Like, this, I guess they didn't have anything to compare it to, but they decided to run it again, I guess, around that time, and they got a hit on this guy, and he was supposedly living in Miami at the time that he got arrested, and he was a felon, so he was in the system. So that's probably how they got the hit finally. And when this murder happened, he was actually living in the area where her body was found.
Crazy.
Yeah. So you know how you found out about the 27 Club kind of through Kurt Cobain. I I remember hearing about it, but I never really paid attention to it, I don't think, until Amy Winehouse died.
Yeah. I didn't know she
So,
was 27.
in an article published in 2008, a former personal assistant to the singer Amy Winehouse discussed her destructive behavior and said she reckoned she would join the 27 Club of rock stars who died at that age. She told me, I have a feeling I'm gonna die young. And just 3 years later, on July 23rd, 2011, Amy Winehouse died as a result of alcohol poisoning at the age of 27, joining the club she never wanted to be a part of. And Amy's death renewed interest in the club, and that's kind of how I started researching it and getting into it.
She should have went to rehab, but she said no, no, no.
Yeah. She knew she was like kind of on the destructive path because she expressed fears of
Yeah, she
joining the
sung about
27
it.
Club and dying young.
That's so sad. Poor
It is
thing.
sad. I loved her. She had a great voice. She was
She really
one
did.
of the greats.
She's different, and I like that. I appreciate that about her.
In 2016, actor this one gets me because I was a huge fan of his, and his death was just so tragic. But in 2016, actor Anton Yelchin joined the club when he was killed after his 2015 Jeep Cherokee rolled backwards down the driveway at his home in Los Angeles, pinning him between a mailbox and a security fence until he suffocated.
That's weird as fuck.
Yeah, to me it's like one of the weirdest ones. It was just it was a freak accident.
That doesn't make sense. How did it just roll backwards?
Well, apparently the same SUV had been recalled 2 months prior to Anton's death because its gear shifters were confusing the drivers, causing the SUVs to roll away unexpectedly and leading to several injuries.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I think his family won like a lawsuit against the company because I mean that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That should have never happened.
No.
He is buried at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery in California, and his gravesite there's a statue of him, and it overlooks like a kind of a water feature they have at the cemetery, and it's really beautiful. They did a good job with it.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad they could remember him.
Yeah. In July of 2020, Benjamin Keough, Elvis Presley's grandson and the son of Lisa Marie Presley, joined the club after committing suicide. While initial reports suggest that he died by pointing the gun to his chest, the Los Angeles coroner later confirmed that he died by putting the shotgun in his mouth and pulling the trigger.
A lot of people gone way too soon.
His autopsy report revealed that he had cocaine and alcohol in his system.
He's buried in Graceland.
Like, he looks like Elvis, too. Like, so much. Like, you can tell it's his grandson. Lisa Marie Presley took her son's death really hard, obviously. And it's so sad because she just passed away in January of this year, which I still can't believe. And Elvis died tragically. Like, it's just, I feel for that family. And the most recent member of the 27 Club actually only died a couple of weeks ago. I didn't even know this until I was doing research. On February 11th, former child actor Austin Majors, who's most well known for his role in the TV series NYPD Blue, died at the age of 27, according to TMZ, who spoke with a source who claims to have direct knowledge of the circumstances. Major's death may have been caused by a fatal amount of fentanyl.
Fentanyl's in everything, man.
It is in everything. Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids.
But an autopsy has been ordered to determine the official cause of death.
The 27 Club's still going strong. It's scary.
And it's sad. Like, rest in peace, Austin Majors. Like, that's crazy. In 2015, this brings me to like another person that I really was a huge fan of. Yeah, I think you were too.
I love him so much. I listened to him so much today, which is crazy.
You did today?
R.I.P. Yeah, today. A lot.
Oh, you didn't even know I was going to talk about this. That's so weird.
But I looked it up when I did research because I thought he was in it. But
Yeah,
he was close.
He was close. In 2015, in the song Brand Name by Mac Miller, he says,
"To everyone who sell me drugs, don't mix it with that bullshit."
Probably talking about fentanyl. Again, kids, don't do drugs.
Totally.
Yeah.
Fentanyls and everything. Be careful. Test your shit. If you are gonna do drugs, please test it.
Mm-hmm.
But he says, "To everyone who sell me drugs, don't mix it with that bullshit. I'm hoping not to join the 27 Club."
Yes. And unfortunately, he died at 26. Like, he didn't make it to the 27 Club. But he died even
Poor
younger.
Mac. Dude, Mac Miller it didn't, I wouldn't say it destroyed me, but it hurt.
It did.
Because I loved Mac Miller. Like, old Mac Miller, like, barely famous Mac Miller to, like, Circles and Self-Care Mac Miller. I loved it all.
What was that song? I'm like drawing a blank.
Tell me, I'll tell you.
Where he's like in the video, he's like in a coffin, like trying to get out.
Oh, Self-Care.
Self-Care, yeah. So the Self-Care song, it's so weird. Like, if you listen to the lyrics,
He knew.
It's like he predicted his own death. I mean, it was so eerie. So, like, talking about the 27
And he's in a coffin.
Yeah, talking about the 27 Club is eerie, but like, yeah, in the video, he's in a coffin. The lyrics, that whole song was eerie when it came out.
But it's a great song.
It is. I listen to it all the time. I don't know why I was drawing a blank. I was like, what? It's 10 o'clock.
That's why I was like, tell me and I'll tell you. Like, I will let you know what song it is if you tell me a hint. Yeah, R.I.P. Mac Miller.
Rapper Juice WRLD talked
Aw,
about.
I listened to him a lot today too.
Yeah, it's
I
sad.
miss Juice.
Mm-hmm.
His shit's weird. I could do a whole half episode on his death because it don't make sense. I
Well,
think it was planned.
maybe
But
we
anyways,
maybe we can do an episode on him one day too, because that would be interesting. Because again,
yeah,
I'm a sucker for weird facts. Like this whole episode's
yeah.
just full of
I'm
weird
a
facts.
sucker for musicians, so
Rapper Juice WRLD talked about the 27 Club in his 2018 song Legends, where
oh, have you listened?
I haven't listened to that one.
Dude, that song is so good.
Well,
I like
well, he
it.
says in the song, "What's the 27 Club? We ain't making it past 21."
You know who he is referring to?
Yeah, the song. Well, I mean, I've never heard the song, but it was dedicated to rapper XXXTentacion. Am I saying that right?
No, it's XXX Tension,
Oh, okay.
but XXX. That's usually what he
Just
went by.
XXX.
But yeah, his shit's good too. Check it out.
The song was dedicated to rapper XXX, who was murdered in 2018 at the age of 20 after 4 men attempted to rob him, and rapper Lil Peep, who died from an accidental overdose in 2017. You love Lil Peep too.
I love Lil Peep, but my bestie, Tasia, she loves Lil Peep. We talk about Lil Peep a lot.
My best friend Jared, his background is Lil Peep on it, or his phone case. His phone
Well,
case is Lil Peep.
alright. Here's the plan. If we do an episode about XXX Tension and how he died and Juice WRLD, we should do all three, Lil Peep, XXX, and Juice WRLD in
and we
that
should
episode
call it
because
Legends.
We should call it Legends because all three are fucking legends, but Lil Peep's death is fucking weird too. It
It
it's
is, and
it's
I
set
remember
up
it was like, wasn't it like streamed kind of
a
like
little
he was
bit.
like dead in
All
the
of them
background
were.
of a video.
Almost. All of them were
Yeah,
streamed.
yeah.
It's all weird. So I feel like if we do that, we should include all three.
All right. So
Lil Peep
yeah,
died.
so Little Peep died from an accidental overdose in 2017 at the age of 21, and Juice WRLD himself died at the age of 21, I believe in 2019, also from an accidental overdose.
Yeah, apparently.
It's
We'll get into
yeah,
that later, but
right. But
so sad.
when I was reading that, I was like, I hope there's not a new club forming
Yeah,
where
the
artists are
21 Club.
the 21 Forever 21.
Oh god, that's too young. But yeah, that's the 27 Club, motherfuckers. R.I.P. to all those beautiful souls. It's been real.
Until next time,
Oh yeah, until next time,
keep it spooky.
stay silly. Eat a brownie, have an edible, drink a White Claw, get on my level.
Oh yeah, you should be a rapper.
Should I? Are you joking?
Yeah.
Damn, I was like, new career path, let's go.